Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ma. I live in UK and this is a channel about semi-hydroponics and houseplants. So for today we will have more updates because I have so many plants in semi-hydroponics that I don't manage to check them all in 10 days or 2 weeks. So I'm doing these videos and I'm checking my plants at the same time. So we have a bunch of calatheas here, and we will start with the rotundifolia. I've put this in semi-hydroponics a while ago on 29th of August, and we are in October now, but she's doing, I don't know, the brown spots on that leaf, they were there. It's nothing new. She has a new leaf here that is just coming out. She has another new growth here. So from that point of view, I would say she's doing fine. Okay, so right. We have a bit of smell here, but look at those roots. They are huge. There are a few new growth, but the roots are not mushy, so they are dark because of the compost. She has a lot of new growth on the base of the plant, so I will say she's doing all right. Still, I will need to give her a clean and clean the leca as well after this and put it back into her pot. This is my calathea zebrina. I will say that this one is doing really well in semi-hydroponics. She is putting loads of new leaves. She has a yellow leaf here, but that's not an issue. She has a few brown tips, but she came like that, so I don't mind. She was in a really bad shape when she came. Right, these vases will need a good clean. So the roots are all right. They are not mushy, they are not rotten, so I will say she's all right. I will just give her as well a good clean. Remove the yellow leaves. Usually if you have 1 or 2 yellow leaves, it's all right. It's normal. The plant is adjusting to semi-hydroponics. But if you have more than 1 or 2, so then it's problem. And usually it's because of the root rot, like with any plant in compost or wherever you keep it. So the same, a good clean and some hydrogen peroxide will solve that. Now we have my calathea musaica. This one is growing like crazy, I had to separate it. Sorry for the noise again. I hate to separate this because, oh, look at those. She is doing really well. I don't have any brown tips. I don't have any yellow leaves with this one. So, but she will get the same treatment. If you take them out, just take the time and rinse the leca and the pots or whatever you are keeping the plant in, and give it a good clean. Right, my orbifolia. My orbifolia, I don't know, she has some brown tips. She definitely has some brown tips, but she has new growth as well. So she has a lot of humidity because these four calathea, they have their own humidifier and they sit all together. So it's not a humidity issue. It's not a root rot issue because the roots are looking really well and she has new roots growing here and everything that is white. She has another leaf popping out here, another one here. I don't know if you can see it. It's here, but she's keep getting these brown tips. They don't go so far. It's just this one. It's more damaged than all of them, and this one. But the other one are just a tiny bit here on the tip. So I really don't know what's wrong with her. I've cut a lot of leaves when I've put her into semi-hydroponics, but the roots are looking alright. They have a lot of new roots coming out, so I don't know. She doesn't like something, so I think some hydrogen peroxide just to give her a kick of oxygen. It will maybe solve the problem. And always, when you put hydrogen peroxide on your plant roots, try, first of all, put hydrogen peroxide 3%, not higher, and always leave them to dry for, let's say, an hour, so they are not dripping wet when you put them into semi-hydroponics. What usually I'm doing, when I put the reservoir in this, I will try to put the water on the sides, not to touch too much the roots, but to touch them a bit. And every single time that I'm putting a plant, the first time when I'm converting a plant into semi-hydroponics, I will make like a small reservoir just to let the plant just to not to keep the plant too wet. So because there will be a lot of roots that are not adjusting to semi-hydroponics, that will happen. You will have yellow leaves. That could happen as well, not with all the plants, but with the most sensitive ones, yeah, like my orbifolia, for example. But it's not a big deal. Leaves are dying in the nature as well. It's even a new leaf that could die because she's too young and she can't cope with the semi-hydroponics, or an old leaf because she's too old and can't cope with the semi-hydroponics. It's not a big issue. But when you have more than two yellow leaves, it's an issue. It's an issue of root rot, could be an issue of pH that is too high or too low. It's an issue of the TDS. Maybe you don't give enough food to that plant. So please try not to just put the plant into semi-hydroponics and hope for the best, because it's not working like that. Because it's not an organic media and they can't take anything from the leca, nothing at all. Leca doesn't have any sorts of nutrients at all. So because of that, you need to put a certain quantity of TDS, so which is the nutrient in the water. You need to have a certain quantity, and you need to have a balanced pH. And I can't emphasize enough on the fact that leca, it's raising the pH. So you don't need an alkaline environment for this plant. You need a more acidic one. So if your water has a 7 pH and you put the leca in, you will get at 8. 8, it's way too high. So you, in my opinion and my experience only, I'm not telling that that's the case or I'm an expert. I'm talking only from my experience. You need to start with a 5.5 pH. Because even if you are doing a test, simple test at home, take a glass of water, measure the pH, and put the leca in. After 1 hour, measure the pH and the TDS as well. You will see that they are raising. So that is why it's so important to soak the leca for at least 2 weeks. You will see that the TDS in unsoaked leca, if you put it in water and do that little experiment at home, it will grow a lot. It will grow more than 1800. So that is damaging the plant, because at that 1800 you will add another 1800 of your solution with nutrients, and that's way too much for a plant. It will burn the roots, it will destroy the plant. So that is why I keep saying to everyone that is sending me a message or asking me about leca, soak the leca as much as you can. I know it's really exciting, buy the leca and just put the plant in. It will kill your plant. In the end, it will kill your plant. It will not kill your plant in 10 days, but it will in time. So that is why it's so important to soak the leca. And if you soak it for 2 weeks, you don't need to flush anymore. My opinion on flushing, I think you know it already if you watch my channel, but I'm not a fan of flushing. I don't think anything could happen if you run some water through the leca. Nothing is happening. It's not dissolving any salt or minerals on leca. It's not washing the pot properly. It's not doing anything, in my opinion. That's my opinion only. I'm not flushing. If I want to clean the leca and check the roots, after, let's say, a month or 2, I will just take the plant out, rinse the leca, let it soak with citrox, wash the pot, disinfect it, put the leca back. Sorry. Put the leca back and the plant, and that's it. I don't need to flush. I don't flush ever. Because it's already proven that if you don't soak the leca that was in a pot, right, for a certain amount of time, the buildup of the salts and mineral that you will see on top of the leca will not go away. And even when you soak it, sorry guys, I did an experiment soaking the leca that was full of the white stuff, buildup of mineral and salts. I needed to soak it for 1 night. So for the mineral and buildup on the leca to dissolve. So you draw your own conclusion and do however you want and do however it's working for you. But in my experience, if I don't soak the leca, it will get the mineral buildup in a week, and the salts build up in a week. It will raise the pH a lot. It will raise the TDS a lot. So you can do this experiment in your own home. So that's why I keep emphasizing how important it's to keep the leca in a bucket or wherever you want for at least 2 weeks, and change the water once a week. Wash them, change the water, and put them back in. You can soak it with nutrients as well, but I don't see a point in that, because as soon as you put the reservoir on the bottom of your pot or wherever you are keeping your plant in, the leca will wick that water. Sorry guys, English is difficult. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Again, if you have any questions, please drop me a comment, send me a message. I'm doing my best to answer everyone. And soak your leca, please. Okay guys, see you tomorrow. Have a nice morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Bye.